Thank you. My name is Amin, and we're located in Mexico. Today, we're happy and grateful to introduce Reciclapp, a scalable model of waste valorization. We digitalize the circular economy. We empower homes, businesses, schools, and municipal governments to transform their waste into resources. Aligned with the SDGs, we work for a positive systemic change. So Reciclapp is a recycling and composting platform for circular waste management. At Reciclapp, we offer a free and intelligent recyclable and organic waste collection service for citizens, businesses, and schools, so that everyone can easily recycle and compost from their own doorstep. In the current stage, we are dedicated to the collection and sale of recyclables previously sorted by our users. And we have complementary future revenue streams that we're developing, including a premium subscription for organic collection and potentially a percentage of sales for referrals of our users to green allied businesses. There is a waste crisis because little is recycled in Latin America and specifically in Mexico. Less than 4% of all waste is recycled, even though there are operating recycling plants accessible. The world market for waste management is over $400 billion, and as cities expand and population grows, the problem and this market will only grow. In Mexico alone, the value of recyclable waste is over $4 billion, of which more than 95% of this waste is not used and ends up in landfills. In this first stage of the project, our goal is to cover the entire municipality of Torreon and continue to grow to other cities in the country. We are already working hand in hand with our municipal government, who is supporting us to scale, as it currently spends over 10% of their budget in waste management, which is over $11 million per year to bury these valuable materials. Because here in Mexico, waste management companies are incentivized to bury everything. And the more they bury, the more they get paid. We solve waste. With our project, up to 65% of urban solid waste can be revalued. By redirecting the 50,000 tons of local, easily available recyclables, the municipal government of Torreon can save at least $2 million per year. Our users can recycle from home, obtain rewards and discounts, check their collection itinerary, recycle in community, improve their impact, and check our easy sorting guide. The service in 3 steps. First, visualize your collection schedule, sort your recyclables, and give it to us. Lay your burlap outside, and we'll give you a clean one. 75% of our users always recycle weekly, and 95% at least once a month. And for organic waste, a Reciclapp Premium. 1 year after our pilot tests, our users continue to recycle with us. They showed us that they recycle to help the environment, not for economic incentives. Results of our pilot test gave us the award for the first place in Greenpreneurs 2021. We're just starting, but growing quickly. We have over 165 users, 2 businesses allied with us, 1 school, and the municipal government. We have over 400 household users in waitlist and 7 schools. We make the projections to year 3 based on the metrics obtained. Our churn rate is 0.11% per month. This means that client that we acquired, client that remains. As it is a new basic service, we're facing a blue market where we expect to grow aggressively. This market has the advantages of the economics of scale that once acquired, this tends to behave as a monopoly for each municipality in which a waste management strategy is implemented. Only from recyclables sold from each household, we obtain the equivalent of $4 per month in average, businesses $15, schools and government around $50. The climate impact for the net, according to the APA, the net emission reduction of recycling and composting is compared to landfill disposal. For organics is 10 times less emissions by composting instead of being sent to landfill, and from recyclables sent to landfill, it's by recycling it's 2.94 times less emissions. The CO2 equivalent mitigation in Torreon, Coahuila of this project is projected at over 200,000 tons of CO2 equivalent per year. So we envisioned a world with Reciclapp's circular waste management by us promoting and sustaining economic growth without sacrificing our natural resources. By 2030, 2035, we want to transform half of the waste in Mexico.
Time is up. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
How much are you guys raising?
We're raising $300,000 for our seed.
300,000. Let's bring in our investor panelists, our sharks, so to speak, and open it up for questions.
Thank you. Gerardo will be joining us for the questions.
Yes, hello.
I think it's Ryan's turn to go first.
My turn to go first? All right.
Go for it.
Thanks. So that was a great presentation. I appreciate you walking us through that. I'm curious how you're solving the problem of the processing of the recyclable materials. It sounds like you're focusing first on the sort of the consumer side, collecting it and then getting it. But as you mentioned up front in your pitch, 2.2% of cities have a formal recycling program. Are you helping them implement some of the facilities? Are you taking it to a centralized location, or are you handling that? How are you?
Thank you, Ryan.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you a lot, Ryan. Actually, so there's a solid, robust recycling industry in Mexico. So otherwise, we collect these recyclables and get them to we sell them to these recycling centers. And actually, we are by working with government, they are using our database to know the state of art of recycling, because otherwise there is little to no information about it. Pretty much in the case in Latin America, everything goes to landfill. Like you could see in Europe and in the United States, there's a decent recycling rate, but otherwise everything pretty much goes into landfill in Latin America. So yeah, there's the industry, we get it there.
Got it. So is your focus then, kind of switching gears a little bit, is your focus on, it sounds like you're both B2C and B2B. How are you anticipating, from experience, that it's challenging to scale both of those? Are you expecting that you're going to see more effort on the B2C side of things, signing up households, or do you see there's more traction in going after businesses to help them?
Yeah, thank you, Ryan, again. And it's really interesting because waste, as we understand it, it's an issue that affects all of us, everything within the system. And thus, the core business, the corporations we are carrying out, it's practically the same. So yeah, we understand businesses have, perhaps they make more as schools are, but in essence, it's the same. We go, we collect, and we get it back. We just either for households, small bags, reusable bags, and for businesses, our local government and schools as institutions, like super big bags. And once they're filled out, we go and replace them. It's a super easy method we have. And government, even I mentioned the B2G, because government is super interested in us being profitable by ourselves, because they are paying around $40 per ton of collected waste and disposed at landfills, and we would reinject this value into the economy while charging them less or nothing at all.
Got it. Okay. And then my last question is just around the logistical and sort of operational aspects of the business. How are you, as you scale and obviously the quality control on a localized level when you're working on one municipality is fairly easy, but how do you anticipate as you scale and grow into other locations, geographies, able to continue to sort of support the infrastructure of what you're doing?
Yeah, thanks again, Ryan. We talked this with Chris Dodd from Dallas Capital. Like, it seems like our upfront cost is high or to replicate. We can scale the business through our technology, through the usage of the app. We have many users, and it helps us because we have been, for instance, to get our business users that offer the discounts at the marketplace, there's like a chamber of commerce of where they are all reunited. And governments, we are currently operations in Torreon, Coahuila. But otherwise, we have already worked with San Pedro, which is Monterrey, Nuevo León. We have got into touch with Sinaloa, and they all pretty much face the same problems, which is waste management. So this $300 is for us to scale to 1/10 of all the recyclables in our city. Torreon has 700,000 inhabitants and population, and by achieving the result we want, we would scale and replicate we would plan on replicating and scale our project by negotiating with these other governments with the results we would prove in Torreon.
Great, thanks.
I have a question. I'm interested to know what's your background and how did you get into this sector?
Here's a funny one. I swear. We met back in high school. Back in high school, every one of us, four of us co-founders met back in high school. One of them I met with him in university, where we started actually first our startup Hexa Biotech. We were awarded the first prize in sustainability in Latin America by the UN, by the IFAD. We worked first with organic waste stream, turning it into upcyclable. We upcycled it thanks to insect technology, and that's within a roadmap to merge the logistics we have developed with Reciclapp to gather all the waste from households, schools, businesses, government, and to manage all of these recyclables, and later on carry out our operations like big operations with organic waste. So we have been committed to sustainable development since 2019 that we started operations. We've been worked together ever since, and we've been keeping on adding people that believe in making a change, and we found a great opportunity in waste.
Okay. You briefly, I just saw like a split second, it said that part of the freemium model is organic waste, that they can pay like $4 extra. And
yeah, that's the premium model. Yeah, otherwise
so
premium it's calculated premium about $4 in average, because we are not charging them, and the premium about $10 more.
So in terms of your business model, I think like organic waste, I think the solution there is just a lot more obvious in terms of farmers, and I think there could be like quite healthy margins there. So can you just walk me through where that goes, what kind of local relationships you've developed, and so on?
Yeah, so as it goes, the freemium model is the recyclables. Basically, the users are not paying us; it's free of charge. But what we collect in recyclable materials, what it's worth that's worth about $40 per month. There is a competitor that gathers organic waste. They're called Hagamos Composta. They charge each user like $4 per week to manage their organic waste. So we're envisioning of charging users less for start charging them for organic waste, which would be less than traditional composting, because with insects we can eat the waste stream in 2 weeks. And how do we envision it would carry out? So we're starting to carry out heavily on recyclable waste, and as we envision like 1/10 of what we collect would be organic. So we would start by limiting our organic waste collection, and carry out our tests or pilots, and then we could just depending on how it goes, right, collect recyclables and organic by the same. But first so that's on a roadmap. Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
How do you avoid a race to the bottom or a cash land grab? So you kind of have local network effects. You're going to need the pickers or the garbage collectors or recycling collectors. You need the municipalities. You have in a lot of ways a similar or comparable model to what happened with Uber, with ride sharing. You
Yes.
can kind of run into a market, put a bunch of money into getting drivers, or in this case, recyclers on board. But, well, if I'm a recycler, if someone else is paying more, I'm going to switch the app. And if I'm a municipality, if something else is costing less, I'm going to switch to them. How do you deal with where's your defensibility?
Actually, Matt, thank you a lot for that question. First of all, we would like to recognize the labor or the work of waste pickers. They actually they are the national recycling heroes. They collect more than 70% of what's recycled nationwide. First of all, they are in the situation that they have to, since they don't have any syndicate, they just sell to whoever pays them the best. And then these centers, they later on sell them to bigger ones, in which you can imagine they are just getting a huge cut, just for doing nothing basically. And so at Reciclapp, we carry out our own collection. We plan on opening our centers to buy these waste pickers, their waste to the best available price in the market, because it doesn't affect us, and it doesn't affect us, and it affects them positively, as they will get a better price. And the first trials, we have carried them out in gated neighborhoods, which doesn't really affect the share, the market share, because these gated neighborhoods, they don't allow anyone. I mean, they need like a special authorization to go inside of the neighborhood. That's on that part. And the second part that I want to say of the market share was, could you remind me? What was the second part? You're mute.
Just in terms of the defensibility you have. So one was the actual business, how much money you make, and it seems like it could be a race to the bottom. And then the other side was the defensibility.
Yeah. Okay, so on that part, we're creating allies. So the household, the businesses, the schools, and the government are, we're envisioning mechanisms for them to become allies with us. For instance, at schools, we're developing right now, as we speak, circular economy, sustainable development, sustainable development, leadership, and entrepreneurship for schools, for like workshops for us to provide for all the students, so we can create leaders inside the schools. And after profit, we're gonna dedicate around 40% profit for them, like for a for a school fund, in which they can spend it to school trips, competences, etc. That's the model we have been working with the local government. We're dedicating around 4% of our profits after our margins after profit to in the government case, we're dedicating it to basic food items for the cleaning personnel. For businesses are gonna choose us. Yes, there's obviously the money, the money tag, money price, but rather we're creating this marketplace in which they have a new sales channel, a new revenue opportunity for them to screen, for them, these businesses to screen to all the users, the house users we have. And at the same time, we're gonna promote them, like environmental marketing for them, because they're choosing the most responsible option towards the waste. And users simply, we're giving them, we found out that they're doing it for the environmental and social aspects, but we're gonna price them with economic discounts at the businesses as well.
Understood. One follow-up. Did you say you were donating 40% of the profits?
After, yeah, that's at the scale of the municipal government, that's pretty much what we have found for them to give them, so they can carry out for the cleaning personnel. But this is on a basis that we haven't, this is on a basis of certain floors. So the government institution, the city hall, it has like 7 floors in Torreon, Coahuila, and we're only dealing with certain floors with the recyclables we obtain from the workers of those floors. Like, it has not been implemented to all of it. At the same time, the prices we gave, what we collect from schools, it's not the entire school. It has been only from
Okay.
some classroom.
I understood. I thought you said you were donating 40% of the profit from the entire business.
Oh, no.
Okay,
Yeah.
understood.
Yeah.
That makes more. You would have a very hard time being a venture scale
Yeah,
company then.
yeah.